Hi everyone, I have something to show you. If you've been following my other videos about this mystery wooden doll, because we still don't know who she's made by, she came to me blank from Germany. The lady before her owned her for 20 years, but she didn't do anything with her, she just kept her in a cupboard. So I recently got her a few weeks ago and I've been giving her a makeover. I've actually given her a face now and it was so much fun. I can't wait to show you, but have a look at what I did very quickly through some photographs and then I'll get back and talk to you. So here she is in all her new makeover. So I'd love to know what you think. Now I wanted to keep her pale. If you've seen the other video, I was talking about Sasha dolls and how nice and sort of semi-abstract all those, the eyes are. They don't have eyelashes and they're not too overworked. So if you see, I haven't given her any eyelashes and I didn't line underneath the eye either. But the best part was I did it with pencils, as you can see in the pictures. I am terrible with paint. I hate using paint, glue. We are not friends and I'm not an artist. I should be, because art has run through the family, but it just stopped when it got to my genes. So I was a little bit, can I really do this? Can I really do it? But inspired by what I'd seen in the Sasha doll pictures and various other people online, I thought, well, let's try and do it with colouring pencils. And I tell you, it was so smooth. If you have never done a doll face before and you're feeling a little bit cautious because you're not used to using paint, try colouring pencils. Now I got a good set of artist pencils, Caran d'Ache, and I've also got some Prismacolor from the US. And if you saw the pictures, I just started off, I lightly coloured the whites first and then just really did circles for the eyes. And I wanted to keep it really pale. I didn't want any part of the face to stand out more than the rest. So I didn't really want strong lips, or when you look at the doll, it's all you see is the lips, or I didn't want the eyes to be so detailed that it detracted from the rest of the doll. I just wanted the whole thing to blend. So I'm really pleased with the way it's come out. I actually can't believe I actually did it. And I used a little bit of blush for the cheeks and then finished her off with some spray varnish. This was acrylic spray varnish. I had a chat with my antique restorer friend and he said I could use an oil-based varnish, like a yacht varnish, but that would mean it would make the wood a bit darker. And at first I thought maybe I want to do that, but in the end I decided on an acrylic spray varnish because I wanted to keep her, the essence of her, as much as possible, because she's had quite a journey, this doll. And you know, being wood, she's going to last, you know, she's not going to disintegrate. So this is an antique doll of the future. I'm really mindful of that. You know, dolls we have today, they are going to be the dolls that the future generations get to talk about as antique dolls. And she's wood, so she's going to last for decades. She's going to last for centuries. And so I'm the custodian of this doll, and I'm putting my imprint on her. And my hope is that in the future, whoever owns her in the future, after I'm gone, because I'm never letting her go in my lifetime, the next person will be able to see the history of her, because what I'm planning to do is write a little journal for her. When I make some clothes, I'm going to make her a little bag, and in there I'm going to write the details of where she came from in Germany and the date I purchased her and how she came over from Germany, originally from a flea market, and then to a lady, and she stayed with this lady in Germany for 20 years. And then I'm going to mention in the note that she then came to England and lived with me, and then all the stories that we're going to have together. And so anybody in the future, and I'm thinking 100 years time, they're going to be able to see that little piece of paper, and then they're going to add their own history to it. Whoever owns her, she's going to have a continuing story way after I'm gone. And I think it's really exciting if you've got a doll which could well turn out to be an antique of the future. You know, think about the history and think about creating a history for them now, because you know, it's lovely to have a record, and you know, it just tells the story of the doll, and she's completely unique. There's no other doll like her. So anybody finding her in 100 years time, they're going to wonder where she came from. Well, at least we can start now and start recording her history. So I encourage you to do that with your dolls too. Let's make little doll journals, and let's, you know, give them all adventures and stories. So anyway, the next thing I'm going to do, I just got a wig through the post, and it's just a try really. Murphy's Law, I had 3 or 4 perfect wigs for 25 years that I bought once in Austria, and they would have been exactly the right size, but I sold them last year. So in the end, I ended up buying another one, almost the same as the one I'd sold. So it's just a sort of play wig at the moment. I can't put it on properly. It doesn't look right at all. But generally, I like the colour because I want her to sort of stay nice and golden. I also like the fact that this wig belonged to a lady who had the wig since the 1980s and never used it. So it's a new wig, but it's just 40 years old. So I quite like that because it's in keeping with the fact that she was possibly made in the 80s or 90s. So the whole thing's going together. So already it's beginning to build a story. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. And I encourage you, if you've got a doll and she needs restoring, she needs a new face or eyes, and you've been hesitant about it, or you've put her away in the cupboard, get her out, take a look, and believe me, if I can do it, you can. And have a go with pencils, colouring pencils first, because it really is much easier than you think. So I really hope this would encourage you to do something with your own dolls and just have some fun. And we're going to have a lot more fun together too. So here's another look at her. I'm going to keep her ball for the moment because I'm just really enjoying all her glistening golden wood. So we'll get back at some point. We'll be doing a lot more videos about her, but for now, let's just wave goodbye and thank you all for tuning in, and get your dolls out with your colouring pencils.